The shots you guys have been producing here over the last 4 games. Lots of opportunities, just not quite the closing that you were obviously hoping for. What's missing there, Boone? What element do you think needs to be to change to have that happen, have that be a better result?
Yeah, obviously we're generating chances, and maybe a focus for us would be just making it harder on the goalie, whether that's driving the net, getting those secondary chances. When you get 2-3 whacks at it in tight there, trying to create more of those or take away the goalie's eyes a little bit more. And I think if we have that mindset and we keep driving pucks there, it's going to help us. We're getting chances, but I think we could be a little bit better down there, and just creating scrums there and making it harder on them. That's what it comes down to. So trying to drive the net, and obviously we want to bear down on some of these chances we're getting.
On the positive side of it, it seems like the opportunities you are creating are coming out of your pace that you guys are playing with. It seems like the pace has picked up considerably in the first 8 games this year.
For sure, and we know that as a group. I mean, if we play with that intensity and that pace, the chances are going to come. So when we're doing it, we're getting looks. So they go hand in hand. You got to do the work first, and obviously you're going to have the puck a lot more. You're going to get create some more chances. So. Like I said earlier, I think that's a focus on ours is get to that blue paint a little bit more and create those secondary chances.
I heard Pazzy talk a lot about processes this year, and if you do the right process, you get the right results. Do you feel like that's maybe where you're at too right now with the scoring, where if you just keep getting chances, keep sticking to the process, some of those goals and some of those results will come?
Yeah, I mean we can't focus on the last game or anything like that. We just got to focus on how we're going to play and how we're going to approach the game, what we want to play like as a team, and focus on those things. That's the process of it is, looking at our team and where we need to get better. And obviously, when the chances come, we want to bear down. We all want to score, but obviously, like I said, creating more. I think we can still get to doing that. So it's a good challenge for us tonight.
You guys have had a lot of opportunities, just not burying on them.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what needs to be added to the recipe to have some success there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're obviously creating chances, getting our opportunities. I think sometimes we can hit the net more. Maybe whether that's net front presence, I think we do a little bit better job of. And then I think too, it just comes down to bearing down and finishing your chances. I've had some chances I haven't buried. I know a couple guys haven't scored yet, so. It's one of those things where once they start coming, I feel like everyone's kind of going to start to heat up a little bit. But as long as we're getting the chances, pucks are going to start to go in for us.
It doesn't seem like frustration has entered into the equation at all, and maybe that's because of the way you're creating those opportunities for yourself right now.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Like I said, I think if we weren't creating chances and we weren't getting our opportunities, maybe then there's some frustration that sets in. But we have 2 good players in there, 2 skilled players in there. When we get these opportunities, we're going to score. So hopefully tonight, we can score these opportunities and kind of get going from here. But there's no frustration on our end. I think, like I said, guys are going to start putting the puck in the net, and everything's going to be fine.
I wanted to ask about Severson. How easy has it been to start playing with him this year when he comes in? Because it seems like you guys have pretty quickly kind of had some chemistry there and have meshed pretty well.
Yeah, it's been good so far. Obviously still early, but I think since I came back from injury and we started playing together, we just kept it simple. We've got pucks to our forwards, just try to make the easy plays. It seems like we kind of see the game the same way, which always makes it easy to have a partner that's similar to you. So it's been really good so far. I've enjoyed it.
Do you feel like your styles kind of complement each other, that you both are kind of guys who play with pace, guys who get the puck and can go forward and things like that?
Yeah, for sure. He's a guy that can make plays. Personally, myself, I like to make plays, so I think whenever you have a guy you can kind of read off of, understand what he's doing with the puck, understand the plays he's making, spots you need to be on the ice, I think it definitely helps your game, and I think it's been good so far, so hopefully we can keep building on it.
Zach, you guys started with 4 games at home. Does it feel like the season is just kind of starting now because now you're on the road, play a game, come back home? It's like in and out, day in and day out. And I know you've done it a lot, and a lot of guys here have, but some of these guys never have. They're just starting to hit this grind.
Yeah, it's definitely a different challenge, something that you kind of have to experience in order to kind of learn about it. These one-day trips are tough. I think next weekend I think we're in Washington, Florida. I think trips like that are a little bit better. Those 4 days. I kind of be around the guys more, go to dinner, stuff like that. But it's been nice to get on the road. I think it's always fun playing in different teams' buildings. It's a different challenge. I think for some of these young guys, it's exciting to play in different cities, different guys in the league. So it's been good to get on the road lately.
I want to start with the fact that you guys are creating plenty of opportunities, just not burying the way you want to. What do you tweak there to change that outcome?
Well, the focus right now is last year we gave up a lot of chances against. So the focus right now is we're establishing our systems defensively. We spent some time on the offensive side, and yes, we're going to create more. We have our chances because we play well defensively, but at some point, what we're going to do is we're going to connect the dots. We're going to stay connected on both sides of the puck. So we have our chances, but we're still making mistakes. Like we talked this morning about shot selection and driving the net. We practiced that yesterday, having a net presence, but being more connected. When do we activate RD in the neutral zone? When do we activate RD in the offensive zone? Creating more options for our players. So we're going to get there. But the focus so far since training camp, it's been on the team identity, making sure that we skate on both sides of the puck, defending well, protecting the dangerous zones in the D zone. So, but we're going to get there. The good thing is we have looks. We have chances, and we hit some posts every game that those goals, they go in. It changes the look of the games, but there's a few things we can do better. We're gonna get there.
You mentioned net front. Do you think you're making it difficult enough on opposing goaltenders right now?
No. And we can be pretty good at it. Last year we were a real good team at going to the net and staying at the net and fighting for that position. We're around the net, but that's not good enough. The goalies are way too good in this league, and we're going to see whoever is playing for them tonight. They're two good goalies. If they see the shots, they're going to make those saves 9 times out of 10, maybe more. So we need to do a better job there.
And what about your lineup tonight?
Most likely same as last game.
Does that include the goaltender?
No. We start the game with 6 players, no goalies. We're going to push for offense right away.
Sticking with the defense that you were talking about, if it just anecdotally looking at it, it feels like you guys are making strides, especially as far as breakouts and getting the play stopped and getting it out of your zone. Is that what you guys are seeing on some video?
Yeah.
breakdowns?
So our defensive structure should allow us to break out quicker and not spend as much time in the D zone. But we're going to spend some time in the D zone. We have to show some patience there and keeping the puck to the outside. We want to protect the net front. That's where we need to improve from the past year, and it's a focus we're going to have the whole season. But having said that, when you're in a good defensive position, you're also in a good position to transition to offense, and we're seeing it more and more. Our breakouts are faster, they're quicker, and part of it is because we're in good defensive position.
How's it going with communications with the coaches and teammates with Voronkov? Just I know he doesn't speak a lot of English, or
no,
if any.
Yeah, no, it's we have translators, Provorov and Marchenko.
Right. Yes.
So we use those guys, but he seems to understand way more than you would expect. And if he doesn't understand at all, 2 things there. It's either we have real good translators, or, and I think that's the answer, he's a very smart hockey player. Because for him, just imagine the other way around. You go to Russia or you go to a country where you don't speak the language, and we have quite a few details as far as systems. And for him to play the way he does and understanding is how he needs to play and where he needs to be, when you don't speak the language at all, that's pretty impressive. So I think he's a real smart hockey man.
Yeah, and that's the hockey part of it. There's also the life away from the rink and everything else that's got to be challenging as well.
Well, we have a good room, and I think Provorov and Marchenko are doing a real good job with him and showing him the ropes of what it takes to be a good pro. And that's his first time around, right? That's his first training camp, first time in the NHL, the grind of the league. So those guys, will need some help from those guys, but they're doing it really well.
As Eva, again, I told you I was going to ask you, in the wake of this tragedy in England,
Yeah.
player protection has become top of mind for a lot of people. Just wonder what your thoughts are on it.
Well, this is horrible. It's beyond sad what happened to that young man, and we're thinking like, what's the cost of thinking about solutions, right? And I said like we're men in a world that it's intense, it's physical, it's a game where it's there's fights, but the skates are dangerous, sticks are dangerous on the ice, and we want to keep playing a physical game. We want to it's a game of one-on-ones. It's either you're stronger than me or I'm stronger than you, and it's a game of battles, one-on-one, and it involves a risk. And having said that, like everything else, we need to evolve as a sport, as people. And is there a way for us to protect our players? Because it happened, and it's so sad, and we don't want to see another one, right? And it shouldn't happen in the first place. But how can we prevent something like this, a skate like this? How can we protect our players? And I don't know the answer. I don't know if it's a neck guard. I don't know if it's a turtleneck. The same thing with, like you see the guys wearing helmet, there's no ear protection. I've seen guys in the past, a shot on the ear, and they're either concussed or it ends their career. Why not wear the protection for the ear? And same thing like back in the days, like no helmets, like the Guy Lafleur and now some of the guys we've seen, Martin in the last game, he's got no visor. He has the right to do it. I'm not saying it's not right, but I'm saying you only have two eyes, man. Why don't you protect them or try to protect them? What's the cost of having a little bit more protection for our guys? We have those wristbands to protect from cuts, and we have the socks for, and this is great. How about protecting the neck? I don't know what's the right solution and what the NHLPA would do about that, but all I care about is the people. Like I'm talking to you not as a coach right now, but as a person. I don't want to see that to the opponents. You don't want to see, even like that's the extreme what happened, but if a guy gets injured because of a stick or a puck, and we could have protected that player, why don't we just, I'm sure we do, so I'm not talking, I'm sure the people are thinking about it, but I'd like to see it sooner than later. Let's put it this way.